just so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, nobody made us, and no one can take this cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people, don't mess with this.
Morning!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nice, I like that.
Get fired up today, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, baby. Me and Bundy in here this morning. Rich will be along shortly. He had something going on this morning.
I got you.
What's going on, buddy? How are you, man?
Just surviving this heat, dude.
Man, Jesus
This heat's
Christ,
killer.
man.
I hate to bitch about it because I feel like that's what everybody's bitching about.
Right,
now,
right. But I mean, you're out in it every day.
Yeah, going to Montana 3 years in a row, and then
And avoiding the heat. Now you're
avoiding
stuck
the
in
heat,
it this
and
year.
it's like aged real quick.
Hold on, is that newer?
No, it's
No,
old. Yeah,
I just
but
hadn't
I
really
never wear
got
it.
into it.
Yeah,
Hey, well, you don't wear a lot of short sleeves, do
yeah,
you?
usually long sleeves,
That's what it
especially
is.
again out in this heat, man.
Yeah,
That's the thing
no,
to wear.
man.
Those are like Magellan shirts.
No, that's what I said a couple of days ago. I told Laura, I said, yeah, I'm wearing shorts to a showing.
Yeah.
It's too damn hot, man. Either
Right.
they'll understand or they won't. But yeah.
No, I know the blue collar guys will know what I'm talking about. It's that time of year where you're taking a change of clothes with you.
Yeah.
To keep in the truck. Yeah, you know. That's
No,
just
I
what it
mean,
is.
especially if you do what you guys do. You
Yeah,
know, you're getting
yeah.
in attics or under houses or
Yeah,
all kinds of
yeah.
places like that. That's kind of miserable,
Yeah,
isn't it?
and I feel like before I went to Montana, I dealt with it fine, you know.
But
and
now-
now it's like, man, it
You've gotten out
kicks
of
my
practice
ass.
with it?
Yeah, for sure. And that's a bad thing. You ain't got to be doing anything too hard. You
No,
know what I mean?
me-
You just go stand out there.
No, I
and it
literally
kills
walked
you.
in my garage and started
Yeah.
sweating a couple
Yeah.
days ago, and I was just like, "Yeah, welcome to
sucks,
summer in Arkansas, man."
I'm ready for fall or wintertime.
Yeah.
You know, already.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on
Get
that.
through the summer.
I think everybody's already feeling that way.
Right.
What's up, little doggy? Tactical Turkey said the champ is here. That's right, baby. You see that belt right
Hell
there?
yeah, dude.
That was
that's
sweet,
sick,
man.
dude.
That
That's
is,
awesome.
man. That
Bro,
was really
your,
cool of Rich.
Your shirt's kind of matching it today. You got the Joker-esque shirt
yeah.
on, and it's
Yeah.
got the purple. Like,
Yeah,
that's
man,
good.
we got it going on here, man. So we coordinated. That's what happened. Let's see. Tasha said, yeah, Tom is soaked with sweat like 30 minutes into work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can believe that, especially, he's in the trades too. So he's out there dealing with it. Yeah, that's for sure. Tactical Turkey said, it's going to be a while, Bundy. Yeah. What's up, Brad? Good morning to you, man. Let's knock out some news you can use here real quick.
What you got?
Let's see what they have to say that you give a damn about. The latest entry in the Jurassic World, Jurassic World ScarJo edition, brought people out to theaters yesterday for a projected opening day gross of $28 million. That's pretty damn stellar on a Wednesday.
Wow.
It's expected to do over $130 million over the holiday weekend. Jurassic World Rebirth does star Scarlett Johansson as a dinosaur hunter and sets up a new series of Jurassic movies. So far, the franchise has made about $6 billion worldwide since the first one, if you wonder why they keep making them.
All right.
That's why, $6 billion worldwide.
My wife's already told me that she wants to go see it over the weekend.
I like the dinosaur movies. There's a couple of them. I think the last one was long and not enough good dinosaurs in it.
Right.
I did find it interesting. I was talking about it that this one, there's a trailer, and I was like, what dinosaur is that? I've never seen that dinosaur. I don't know that dinosaur.
They've got to keep progressing somehow.
Well, they do. And so I was like, well, as a kid, man, I used to love to read about dinosaurs.
Yeah,
so I
bro.
would get every book I could, and I'd never seen that one. So I had to look it up. It's a hybrid that happened as a result of, the DNA sequencing.
Okay,
So it's not a
realistic,
a real dinosaur.
Right.
It's an imagined hybrid version of a couple
And
dinosaurs.
haven't they done that like in a movie before? I
Maybe.
I don't remember what it was, but I feel like there was one in one of the Chris Pratt ones that was like, I don't think that's a real dinosaur.
there
I
might
think
have
that's
been,
like something Jeff Goldblum like concocted in one of the first movies, and then it grew into this. Like,
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Tosh is already excited. Yes, Diddy got off. Pause. Hold on. On RICO
what's
charges.
the Diddy news?
Well, the the short version of it is that he got, I think, 2 of the lesser charges, including transportation for prostitution, which goes across state lines and would be a felony. He got that one and one other, but the most serious charges he didn't. And
Like the racketeering.
yeah, all of that. And the, I hear you, WTF. Look, I think everybody feels like he's a sleazy dude. Unfortunately, when you look at the testimony that was given, it just didn't hold up for what you wanted. It looked like people were making bad decisions with sex, doing drugs.
Right.
And I'm not saying people weren't manipulated, or who knows, they could have been blackmailed on the side or whatever, but that didn't come out in evidence. And so it was thin to begin with. You needed more than, look, I know my wife says, look, Cassie's on video. You see him beating her. Okay, yes. You see that part, which could be domestic violence or assault and battery. But it's, again, that's not racketeering.
Yeah.
That's just being a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so he got the piece of shit conviction.
Right.
Now, they won't give him bail, which is a little surprising. But the judge kind of was like, yeah, no, I'm not letting you out.
So I did hear that he won't be sentenced until October.
I don't know if that, I haven't read that. That could be true. Yeah. I don't know.
I just thought that was odd. So if he wouldn't be on bail, then he just has to sit in jail
till then. Which seems wrong, but, what do I know? All right, let's see. A woman is accused of throwing a burrito bowl at a police car in Madison, Wisconsin. Police say that they saw the suspect, Rebecca Brower, throw a burrito bowl on the street. They asked her to clean it up. So she picked the bowl up and threw it at the cop car. Then they tried to arrest her, and she resisted and kicked an officer. She was arrested for disorderly conduct and battery. Yeah, over a burrito bowl, that's what you want to go down on?
Right.
That's Jim. I just watched that the other day. We used to Get Him to the Greek after all that Diddy shit came to light. That dude wasn't acting. He was just being himself. No, you're not wrong about that.
He's so funny in that movie.
He really was.
You know how many Jordans 8 black kids wear? He's talking about how much money he's got to make.
Yeah. What about Juvenile Bieber? What about him? He didn't testify to anything. So if something did happen to Bieber, he didn't testify about it. So... You know what I'm saying? Oh, Tasha said, who throws a burrito bowl? I'm not wasting my money. No, I mean, if you go to Chipotle, those are expensive. You can't afford to throw those.
$12 bowl.
Yeah, that's right. Although they are pretty good.
Yeah, Chipotle's good. I dig Chipotle.
I just tried it for the first time about a month ago.
See, I feel like I was late to the Chipotle party.
I refused to because everybody celebrated it like Starbucks. And I was like, I don't know if I even want to patronize it. Yeah. That's so weird, isn't it?
No, my wife gets on me for the same thing because it's like any show or anything like that, a place where recommended too much. I'm like,
let me wait for a minute. Yeah, I want to see where that goes.
Tasha said Chipotle is trash.
Chipotle's trash. Well, the time I had it, I liked it. How about that? All right. Scrubs. ABC is in pilot season. The Scrubs revival is moving forward. You probably figured out, if you didn't, you're missing the point, that they started Zach Braff and Donald Faison. Is that his name, Donald Faison? No, Donald. The other actor, his buddy in Scrubs. But anyway, they've been in commercials for 6 months now, and I knew it was coming.
Yeah, something was coming.
Yeah, and here it is. The series creator, Bill Lawrence, is inked to be the developer and executive producer. OG star Zach Braff set to return. The rest of the original cast in negotiations to return. Details on the plot are under wraps, but the word is the show will mix old cast and new cast. That's what I would expect. I liked Scrubs a lot. I don't like sitcoms for the most part, but that one was really well written. Yeah. Perry Cox was the head doctor on it, and he was one of the greatest insulters in history.
I have to go back and watch it because I was like younger when it came out, like probably too young to enjoy it.
Yeah, and trust me when I tell you, I do not like sitcoms. Matter of fact, I watch very few just TV shows, like the regular type TV shows, very few of those. Jason Kelsey, not one to pass up on a good bet. When he loses, the former NFL star sucks it up and takes his punishment. On the latest New Heights podcast episode, he spilled that he once lost a bet and had to get a bikini wax. The former Eagles bet was in a 3-month-long weight loss and muscle gain competition with his teammate Bo Allen. The wager was the reason Jason had to wear a Speedo at last month's Ocean Drive event, which raised money for the Autism Foundation. He got a bikini wax for one reason. He said, I mean, it would have been even more gross. An apparent would-be carjacker decided to go nude in Raleigh, North Carolina. Happened in broad daylight Tuesday. The nude guy attacked a person with a wooden pole, then dragged another from her car, but was unable to shift the vehicle out of park. He was located using a canine and drones after a few hours. Probably was a stick shift.
Yeah, right. You couldn't
drive
figure it out.
Yeah.
Little doggy said, I miss Scrubs because I wasn't gay at the time.
That's a great answer, man. I like that answer.
So, little doggy does not like the show.
No,
he disagrees.
That's just fine. Diddy, here's the official. Diddy was found guilty Wednesday of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, cleared of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. He'll stay in jail until October 3rd.
Wow.
He'll get 10 months credit for time served. The prosecution wants him to serve 4 to 5 years in prison. His lawyers asked for him to be released on $1 million bond, but the judge says, yeah, you're a flight risk. We don't trust you. So
that's wild too. Like, am I crazy? Like, does transportation of a prostitute not sound like sex trafficking?
Well,
like,
literally
trafficking.
is sex in traffic. Yeah, no, it kind of does when you think about it like that. That's probably too common sense.
Yeah.
All right, so you probably saw this yesterday. To avoid the death penalty, Brian Koberger, the former grad student charged with Jason Voorhees and 4 University of Idaho students back in 2022, told a judge yesterday he's guilty on all counts. He accepted a deal for 4 life sentences without parole, so he'll never get out. Prosecutors outlined how DNA on the knife sheath, phone data, traffic cam footage led them to him. He was arrested at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. Some victims' families backed the plea to end the case quickly. Others were very upset by it and wanted the death penalty. I get it, because they're like, hey, my kid's not here anymore, and he is. But at the same time, this dude's never getting out. And trust me, in these max facility, max lockdown facilities, it's not like Club Fed. You're not sitting around in the day room hanging out watching TV.
Yeah, playing checkers.
Yeah, most of those guys are in their cells for all but 1 hour a day. So they sometimes they'll get to walk the yard for like an hour, and that's it. They don't share a cell with other people. They're isolated.
Else.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun for him. I can promise you. Now, is it better than death? I don't know. You tell me. I'd rather be put to death.
Yeah, probably.
You're going to put me for the rest of my life in the penitentiary?
Man, I don't know. I feel like I could get like some Andy Dufresne motivation.
Well, yeah.
Like, no, I'm just going to chisel a little bit every day.
Now I might think about that too. If could I escape? But yeah, that's a younger man's game. All right, let's see. Kentucky has logged its first measles outbreak of the year. 4 cases have been announced. The new cluster pushes the U.S. tally to about 1,300 cases. That's the highest total in over 30 years. Look, it's just because some people don't have vaccinations. We just talked. Did you hear us talking about that yesterday?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty wild.
The ratio, yeah.
Well, all the different things that were not told about vaccines and the autism connections and all that.
Right. And then even when it was said, like Jenny McCarthy said it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, she's crazy.
No,
yeah. And I think she even come back and like recanted. Yeah, now I'm waiting on her to come back and be like, "No, I was right."
No, I wish she'd come out.
Sure.
I'd give her this belt right here to come out.
Hell yeah!
Let me tell you something. Because clearly she was onto something.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't listen. A lot of people, you want to talk about following the science. When you follow the actual science.
And it's hard to know. Like,
Well, it is.
I feel like if you're like normal people like us, like,
Well,
you
sure.
know what I mean? Because I've definitely been guilty of being like, oh no, that's don't think like that.
Right.
That's conspiracy.
Yeah.
And then just I'm always willing to change my opinion upon receiving information.
But
you know
I'm
what I
like
mean?
you. I try to stay objective as long as I can until I
Yes.
feel convinced.
It's like, okay, yep, there's no denying.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, President Trump announced a framework deal with Vietnam right before his July 9th global tariff deadline. The U.S. will place a 20% duty on Vietnamese goods, 40% duty on any items routed through Vietnam from other places. In return, Vietnam will drop its tariffs to 0 on U.S. products. So that's great. I mean, that's another deal right there. He seems to be putting a lot of deals together right now.
Dude, little doggy, how you gonna say Scrubs is gay? He's like, I watched the hell out of Army Wives. Great show, all caps.
Army wives. You know, Mike was an Army wife for a while. Astronomers have identified a new object in space as the third only known interstellar traveler to pass through our solar system. First seen on Tuesday by the Atlas Sky Survey in Chile. It's roughly 10 to 25 miles wide, speeding in from beyond Jupiter on a path that'll keep it well away from Earth. Scientists are still debating whether it's an asteroid or a comet, but the extreme speed and steep flight line show it was born around another star. Telescopes worldwide are gathering data on it. It's named 31 Atlas, if you need to know. So there you go. Here's a good story. After collapsing from a heart attack, 60-year-old Shelley Berg was saved by her sons, Harvey and Sid, who immediately performed CPR while waiting on emergency responders. Paramedics did arrive quickly, administered a defibrillator. She received further treatment, including a stent, and she thanked her kids and paramedics for saving her life. So that's great.
Hell yeah.
And then I guess if you're going to do it, if you're a storm chaser, this is probably the way to do it. Storm chasing couple Bryce Shelton and Paige Berdomus met through the weather community, and that's how they built a bond, sharing their passion for tracking storms. He proposed to her during an active tornado in South Dakota and did it in front of the tornado.
That's a little much.
Yeah, so
I see the picture there.
Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at this here real quick and see what it. There it is. Yeah,
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, literally, there's a tornado in the
wild.
background. He's down on one knee with his naturally flannel shirt, and she's all shocked and whatnot. Now they smartly, I assume they did it in a place where nothing's happening.
Right,
where the
that'd
tornado
be,
is.
pretty coordinated.
Yeah, you don't want to see a house being sucked up in the background like, yeah, congratulations, and somebody else's family's getting sucked up.
Oh, yeah, it must have just been like tearing through a cornfield.
And some people were probably still pissed about it.
Oh, yeah.
They're so destructive. How can you get over yourself, would you? Wiz Khalifa.
What's he doing?
He has announced he's teaming up with Good Charlotte for a new song.
Okay.
He revealed the collaboration during an episode of Bunny XO's Dumb Blonde podcast. Said, I just did a song with Good Charlotte, too, before I came out here. I love them. Apparently, it's a rock collab, not known if it'll appear on the band's upcoming album or not, but it won't be his first time doing that. He teamed up with Maroon 5 and Miley Cyrus. Well, those aren't exactly rockers, but Good Charlotte's closer. Foo Fighters, they surprised fans with their first original song since 2023, a new single named Today's Song. The single has a lot of personal meaning for the band, especially Dave Grohl. What is it? I don't even know what it's really about, to be honest. It just says it's a song honoring past band members. So There you go. Congratulations to past band members being honored. Fire trucks are fighting for fires, not for giving rides to show off for hot girls. A New York City firefighter suspended after giving hotties a fire truck joyride. Come on,
Oh,
man.
yeah, dude. What's the deal?
An internal investigation found what's been called a growing frat house culture within the New York Fire Department.
I was going to say, that sounds like pretty New York.
Yeah, the Brooklyn fire truck excursion happened, quote, without authorization, and concerns over safety and professionalism grew after pictures of the joyride were circulated online. So I guess he could have been more discreet about it.
Come on, dude. Didn't we just, the firefighters, I forget what state, but they got ambushed.
Oh, right, yeah.
If they got to deal with shit like that, let
Yeah.
them give some ride. They're just giving
come on, man.
rides.
Give 'em a little
Like,
ride,
come on,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting out the fire hose and whatnot, You want to see the hose, don't you?
Right.
When Noah was a real little man, that was his bag. I couldn't drive past a fire department without him wanting to go in it.
Right, and check it out.
Yeah, and so I can't tell you how many tours of fire trucks that we had. Because if you take your kid to the fire department, I swear to God, if you take your kid to the fire department and tell them that they want to see the fire truck,
Right.
a fireman will come out and walk around and open every door on that fire truck, tell them what's in it, talk
Right.
to them about it.
Right.
I did this so many times, I began to know what was in it.
Right.
He'd be
You were
like,
like an
I think this is,
aficionado.
I said, no, that's the jaws of life.
Learn your shit, buddy.
Yeah, I need a badge. You give me my honorary badge. Having that glass of milk or bowl, serving of cheese or bowl of ice cream before bed could end up being the stuff of nightmares, at least according to a study. University of Montreal found that bad dreams could be traced in some cases to lactose intolerance. So if you're lactose intolerant, don't
eat dairy.
Don't eat dairy right before you go
Okay.
to sleep, or you're going to have a bad dream. This is bad. Connecticut and Bridgeport. Pleasure Beach has been closed for the summer because of ticks. Multiple tick species found on the island, including the Asian longhorn tick, which is an invasive tick species. In the interest of public safety, experts recommended closing the beach for the entire summer.
Damn.
That's a lot of ticks.
Hell yeah.
Man, that must suck. Steve Buscemi was a New York firefighter. That's true. That is true, little doggy. He was. That is true.
Steve Buscemi's an OG, dude. I
Man,
love
he
this
is.
shit.
Man, that dude's the best.
For sure.
He's one of the best, man. He's hilarious and a great actor in general.
Oh, dude, this is a movie I wanted to ask you about because I just watched it over, off topic. But we watched Seven over the weekend.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What a movie.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
great
my
movie.
God.
And I
yeah.
feel like when I watch it, I was like,
in the box.
yeah, don't look in the box.
Don't open the box.
Yes, Morgan's trying to tell.
He's trying to tell
Yeah,
him, man.
yeah.
He's trying to tell him, man.
Great movie though.
Man, it is. Kevin
I just
Spacey.
watched Armchair Expert with Dak Shepard.
Okay.
His podcast, and he had Pitt on there.
Oh, did he? Okay.
And good conversation. Like,
Really?
check it out. And they brought up Seven. I was like, man, I gotta check that out. And I watched it, and I was like, I feel like this is a movie that Patrick has seen and probably digs.
Man, I probably watched it 3 times back in the day. That's an OG, man. It's
fun. It's a fun movie.
It's crazy. It's dark as hell at the end.
Right. Yeah,
mean, it's
dude,
dark.
that's so messed up.
It's messed
So
up,
messed-
but I mean,
Yeah, Kevin Spacey does great in it too. Though him and Pitt just look so young. They look so young in that movie. Where Morgan Freeman, he just looks the same.
the same.
He looks like Morgan
Now,
Freeman.
if you see Morgan Freeman today, he finally looks old. I thought he looked old for 40 years until I saw him the other day,
Now
and I
he
went,
really looks
"Oh
old."
shit, you did get old."
Aging by the day.
I just watched The Matrix a couple days ago, just on a lark, and I was like, Jesus, he looks so young there.
Yeah.
It was crazy how young Keanu was in that. I was like, man, has it been that long? It's like 20, 25
Yeah, you can tell
years.
in
I
the
think.
John Wicks that he's he's aged a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Did you watch the new spinoff of that? What was
Ballerina?
It? Yeah, did you
I
watch
haven't
that?
seen it yet, but I
haven't
want
either.
to.
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
Yeah. I think it was Chad maybe saw it and
Yeah.
said it was really good. Yeah, he liked it. Let's see what else is going on. More Mexican food and police. In Walworth County, Wisconsin, a deputy's vehicle was rear-ended on the highway by a woman at 60 miles an hour. Kristen Belangia was the driver. She was found to be driving distracted, not by an iPhone, but by Taco Bell. She was digging into her south of the border feast and was taken in by its deliciousness and forgot to pay attention. He was taken to the hospital for minor injuries, and I'm sure she got a ticket. A new rail overpass in India was built to cut long waits at rail crossings, but its design includes an almost right angle turn that drivers would have to take high above the ground. Photos of the awkward bend have gone viral. The ministers ordered an inquiry, and they found that this is a big blunder. About $2.3 million overpass, and they've suspended 7 engineers. Some bitch makes a
hard right turn.
90-degree turn. What are you building a Hot Wheel track?
Right. You're gonna have to put like something down in the water to
Yeah.
catch people. You know it's gonna happen.
Right.
Well, like you have to put something catch all.
So in Japan, you kind of sometimes wonder what their culture's about, and they've got a lot of cool things, but then this is weird. Kawana City in Japan's Mie Prefecture has adopted the country's first rule that can punish customers who force workers to drop to their hands and knees in the dogiza pose to say, "I'm sorry." The ordinance, part of a wider anti-harassment measure launched in April, lets businesses report cases to City Hall. First-time offenders get a letter. Repeat offenders have their names made public as harassing customers. So they literally, I guess over there, if you confront someone, you can force them to get down on their hands and knees to apologize. That's wild.
Yeah, that's odd.
That's culturally a little wild, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like normal over there. They don't even think about it.
They might not, but I'm going to tell you what.
You're not getting
Let me go home and tell Laura, you get down on your hands and your knees and you tell me you're sorry. Yeah, I'm going to tell you who's going to be on their back. This guy. Yeah, no, that ain't going to play. Let's see. Let's knock out sports real quick. Just a couple things, then we'll take a quick
I
break.
feel like it's that time of year where it's just the
lull of sports. Yeah.
There's nothing going on.
You're about to see how much of a lull. A deal has been finalized that will allow the NHL to compete in the 2026 Milan, Croatia Olympics.
Okay.
The agreement between the NHL and the International Hockey Foundation, a bunch of other people, allows NHL players to play in the Olympics for the first time since 2014. It was initially negotiated and announced last year, but set in stone yesterday. And then we all know about the dangers posed by AI deepfake technology, but it's growing. Seems to be a little interest coming from social media platforms. Little interest in them to do anything about it, according to this. Stephen Noe of Sporting News wrote an article concerning a deepfake video he saw where an innocent video of Caitlin Clark motioning to young fans to join her had been altered in an offensive manner. He said he reported this video to moderators on X. A day later, he got a response saying that's not in violation of any of the site's sensitive media rules, and so it was permitted to stay up. As of yesterday, the video is still available. Other players like Angel Reese and Cameron Brink have also been targeted. Well, what they're talking about, listen, this is everywhere. This isn't just them. This is, man, you're seeing all kinds of
everything.
Everything is being
politicians, celebrities.
Yeah, they're saying stuff, they're doing stuff, they're in scenes that you know, it's hard to tell at times whether it's real or not.
I'm trying to keep exercising my ability to differentiate. Like, nope, that's not
right. If you see it and you think it's real, Google first. Google about it and see if you find it in 3 places that are legitimate.
Right.
If you can find it in 3 legitimate articles, it might be real.
Probably.
If not, it's just some TikTok bullshit, which is what a lot of things are these days. So let's take a quick break and we will be back, well, I don't know, in a minute or something.
In a minute or something.
Getting ready for the party. My fit's at the top of my game. Silk shirt under Armani, just throwing out a name. Sipping on that Bacardi, we calling that the pregame. Gonna be swarming with Barbies, trying to get me out my A-frame. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till daylight. We serving up beats gourmet, this that legendary funk. Party about to get so crazy, the sun gonna come up drunk. Maybe about an hour later, we sliding in the Esco. Fully decked for the haters, keys to the valet, you know. They handing out party favors. It's summer, but they still got snow. This, that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kicking till daylight. We serving up beats gourmet, this, that legendary funk. but it's us everybody wanna meet. They're more famous, yeah, by far, but we're serving up these funky beats. Serving up funky, serving up funky, serving up funky, serving up beats so fat they need Ozempic. This that type of soiree, everybody wants the invite. We heading down Broadway, yeah, we kick until daylight. We're serving up beats gourmet. It's that legendary funk party about to get so cray. The sun gonna come up drunk. We kick until daylight, and it's still night. And it's still night.
Turned on the radio today, cut it off after 2 songs play. Whatever happened to rock and roll? Everything is sad and it blows. Huey was singing now about the heart, ZZ Top jammed about cars, AC/DC shook us all night long. Why are all the good times gone? I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. I remember days riding with my friends, singing every song to the end. What the hell are they doing now? Sitting together in a car and crying. Sometimes my buddies ask me, how come you don't listen to new stuff? I don't know, but maybe it's because I'm not a damn cream puff. I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. While all these folks are sad and wailing, I'm sticking with Def Leppard, GNR, and Van Halen. Oh yeah, it always feels like a good jam session, and I don't end up with a bag of depression. And bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. Girl, I'm gonna tell you
calculate the look in your eye. What was that? Wait, the rest, yeah, that was surely fate. In under a second, he on his back, his gun in my hand. But what about you, baby? What about the gun held by the other man? His gun swings around, and in that moment I knew, when all this goes down, I may fail me and you. Only a few seconds left if we were gonna make a stand, and if they knew what was coming, I promise they would have ran. Put the gun down, or I kill you and hurt. But what I didn't know, never knew, you pulled a gat from under the bed. All this time you was gangster too, and that's why our asses ain't dead. Please, mister, we didn't really plan to hurt you. Please, no. Only a few seconds left if we were gonna make a stand. Ride or die, me and you, ain't another that will do. And you know when the bodies are buried, ride or die, you and I. Ride or die, ride or die. If they had known what was coming, I promise they would have ran.
Yeah, they would have. What is up, everybody? What
What's
is
up?
going on,
Good
man?
morning.
It's what's up, Jay? What's up, Sean? Everybody's popping off in here at
Man,
you, Rich.
Tactical is electrified this morning.
He kind of went in on you, didn't he? He said, just saw some sagging ass pants go by. Guess Rich made it to work.
No ass, I'm sorry. And I refuse to do suspenders.
Then he said it looks like a wizard sleeve. I don't even know what that means, man. But
That's a Borat quote.
no, that's right. That is a Borat quote, isn't
Hang
it?
like wizard sleeve. Hang like sleeve of wizard. That's how he says it.
Listen, if you are looking for a vehicle, look no further than Pitts Auto. Really, man, my family's purchased 7 vehicles from them, and they're great. If you've got difficult credit history, they can still work with you. They've got everything you can imagine. If you want a Tesla, they probably got it. They got sedans, they got trucks, they got motorcycles. They've got the other day they literally had a dune buggy. Yeah, they had a dune buggy out there. They got travel trailers. Anything you want, you can go over to Fitz Auto and get it. They're their own bank, so you don't have to worry about them going somewhere about the credit. They approve it right there on the spot.
Dude, I'm going to be hitting them up shortly because I do need a new truck. I'm looking for a diesel work truck. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
they
be
can
hitting them up.
definitely help you out. And you know, man, today's truck prices are insane, especially
It's
if
like
you're
buying a
trying.
house.
Yeah,
like, what the
no,
hell,
I mean,
dude?
some of those are like $100,000, bro.
Like my buddy's got a truck, no kidding, it costs more than my house that we bought. Now, granted,
Really?
I have a really small, really old house.
Yeah, but still, that's
But still, it's like, dude, what you drive every day to work
Costs
costs
more
more
than
than
this house.
my entire residence.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I'd be
and
better
not by a little either. You
No.
know what I mean? It's
Now
like,
we could knock this down, put your truck here, and we're worth more now.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when you park here,
Yeah.
I need the assessor to come by.
That's hilarious. All right, Japanese tech company H2L. Y'all ever seen Avatar, the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
The blue people and yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is less about the blue people, but still, Japanese tech company H2L has created a capsule-like device that allows anyone to remotely control a robotic avatar, just like in the movie Avatar. Imagine sitting comfortably in one of those state-of-the-art massage chairs and being able to perform most of your house chores by remotely controlling a robot avatar. Sounds like sci-fi, but it's a much more realistic concept than people realize. It's designed to be used in combination with chair or bed. It's called Capsule Interface. It's equipped with a muscle displacement sensor, a speaker, and a display that allows the user to transmit body sensory information to a robot and perform a variety of tasks. For example, by simply moving your feet slightly, the robot will walk. Similarly, moving your hands slightly, it'll lift or push objects for you.
We're all just gonna become vegetables.
So I mean,
Move, dude.
I could see where that could help out some people, that are like paralyzed or
Right.
whatever. Absolutely,
Imagine if your avatar could pick your ass up and carry you outside,
Right.
and put
Like,
you back in your chair.
that
or-
could That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like it could very
that's a
greatly
legit use,
improve
yeah.
your quality of life.
Yeah.
But for like someone like me,
The
I
everyday-
feel like I'd just become a fat ass.
Right. Just be lazy. Yeah. And I feel like if you still have to go through the mind work.
Right.
the
Like,
chore,
why wouldn't I just do it myself?
Right.
Like,
Unless it was something like
I mean,
really heavy.
yeah.
Or, you got to move a fridge. Or
Yeah, or
That'd
something
be-
more dangerous, maybe.
Yeah.
If you got to
Right.
get on the roof, or
Right.
you know,
doing some electrical work and
Something
your name
that-
is Tactical Turkey.
Yeah, that's right. The interface is equipped with a muscle. I said that, but there's you put on the headset, kind of like with
VR.
the VR headset.
Okay.
And it allows users to experience a synchronization between their own movements and the robots, making them feel as if their body has been transported to another location. Because imagine you got the VR headset on and you're moving that other thing. That would be kind of, trippy,
Man,
wouldn't
God, I feel like I get so cocky. I'd just start talking shit to everybody. Be like, yeah, meet me at my house.
it? Yeah.
And you show up with a robot.
Yeah, there's going to be real rock'em sock'em robots in the neighborhood. People are going to be fighting each other, committing robberies with it, just out pranking people.
Right,
Like you're sitting on the porch in your little magical chair and your headset, and people are walking by, and your avatar jumps out from the bushes, and people are screaming, running.
Yeah, I couldn't be trusted with something like that.
No,
That'd
definitely
be too
not.
nefarious.
Right now, it's got a starting price of about $200,000, so you're not going to get.
Oh, jeez.
It's going to be a little bit where you can afford one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but man, that is wild, and that would be great for handicapped people who, have.
Yeah, like I can
That's,
see that
that's
aspect
legit,
of it
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
if you have control of your mind, but maybe not your body, you could have MS, or you could have ALS, or
Right.
any number of paralysis things.
right.
And soon enough, maybe it's an exoskeleton that's on you.
Right.
So
I
your
mean,
body's in it.
You got to think if this is beginning development,
Yeah.
years down the road, that
Yeah.
they'll eventually have something like that.
And so we get closer and closer to transferring consciousness.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
When you
To
think
the-
about
yeah,
it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're just
that's wild.
fractions away. That's right, Brandon. Rob a bank with it, but I imagine that might have some kind of ID on it.
What was
But
that?
If you
Was
got-
it?
Is that
I
just?
feel like
Westworld?
we're heading towards
Maybe.
Wall-E. You ever seen
Yeah.
that movie,
No, I haven't
Wall-E?
seen Wall-E.
Yeah, it's a cute little cartoon movie, but
I'm familiar with it. But
Yeah,
I, don't think I've
I know
ever
what
sat
it is.
down
I've
and
just
watched
never
it.
seen it.
well, it's where everybody basically like the world has deteriorated, so everybody boarded these spaceships, and all they do is just sit in lounge chairs all day long, and everything's taken
And live
care of for
virtually.
them,
Yeah.
and live virtually, and and then eventually one day like. The robot or whatever
Wall-E.
flips a switch, and
That's
the
it.
gravity and everything shuts down, and all the humans are like, "Oh my god, we can do stuff for ourselves!"
It's kind of like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
living
yeah,
in
yeah.
project
Which is a
houses.
dope ass movie.
that is
It
a
is,
great
for sure.
movie.
I watched
Go watch
that
that
like
again.
that's the future. Like
Yeah,
that's
no, you're
definitely
right.
that's definitely how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what?
You know.
I'm done with these comments. I'm gonna go
what's
hang
the
out
matter?
with my Facebook
What's the matter,
comments
buddy?
today. I'm done with
Rich
it. man.
has a deteriorated ASS.
Yeah, done.
Tactical's on you today.
What's
man.
up, Facebook? How you doing today? What's up, Mark? What's up, Matthew? Hey, Sean. What's up, Turner? How y'all doing, man?
Yes, you see what's happening here. And he's fighting for that. Oh, no, here comes Brandon's in it now. Flat ass syndrome.
You gotta do those squats, man.
Man, this is something. Okay, so how about some a little edgy trivia here?
Oh god,
All right.
what you got?
What was the original use? This is, by the way, 10 sex toy trivia questions.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thanks for giving us the subject matter at least.
Yes. You're welcome.
Here's your host.
Here's your host. What was the original use of the vibrator in the 1800s?
Probably I'm going to go out on a crazy limb here, and there's a story that follows this if you want it. But
Okay.
I'm going to say to soothe babies, to put them to sleep.
Okay. That's a wild guess. Okay.
Dude, that one threw me off. I don't even know what I was
Maybe a
thinking.
It's a little awkward.
They still do that to this day.
I don't know
Just
anything
letting you
about
know.
this, so
Yeah, I'll tell you the story.
you can in a minute. I think I want to hear it.
I mean, I would assume the original use was for what it's used for today, to calm them down. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Female hysteria
Yeah.
is the answer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Women were stressed, and men were like, you know what might help? Science and some alone time.
Damn it, Tactical followed me over to Facebook.
Female hysteria. Yeah, that's right, Jay. Jay was on it. What modern appliance was invented after the vibrator?
What modern appliance?
What modern appliance was invented after the vibrator?
The microwave.
Yep.
You ready? The
Yeah.
vacuum cleaner. This is how your great grandma was buzzing before she was.
I feel like that was like a direct result of the dudes in the time. They're like, they've got something.
All right.
They've got something for them. We need something that's
Yeah.
a little,
Yeah, that's
a little
right.
suck action, you know?
What's the most common sex toy injury in ER visits?
Ooh.
Comment like what is the toy that does it?
Well, no.
Or
What
is like
what's
the most
the predicament people show up to the ER with most as a result
probably
of
something
sex toys?
stuck up somewhere.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you've keistered it and it won't come out.
Yep.
Dude, I always look at those stories like that would not be my story. You would just read dies of suicide because I would not go to the hospital for that. There's no way I could force myself
Now,
to be like, look,
man cuts himself in half trying to remove.
the last thing I'm doing is going to a licensed practitioner and being like, hey, dude,
And with a bunch of nurses too. No,
I need your help.
no, that ain't happening. We gonna get it out somehow. Dude, I got a long extension on this drill bit.
Yeah.
I think we can find it, drill into it, and back it out slowly.
Oh, man. Ryan Dunn did that with the toy car.
Oh,
Remember that on Jackass?
Oh, did
He
he?
got a toy car,
Stuck?
put it in a rubber, stuck it up in him, and then went to the doctor and got
Oh,
an X-ray.
No.
And the doctor's like, "You've got
Toy car.
an '82 Corvette up there." What are you doing?
How specific? You know? He knew the body shape.
Right.
What high-tech feature do some vibrators now have?
Bluetooth.
That is correct, sir.
You were a little too quick with that. You were a little too quick with that, Richard.
Hang on, babe. Let me connect my dong to the Wi-Fi.
You have it playing WAP.
Yeah, you can play a theme song when you come in the door, a little Rocky theme. What shape was one of the top selling vibrators of last year? What shape was one of the top selling vibrators of last year? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Trump.
Okay.
All right.
Man, what
What
was
shit? Wait, what?
What was the shape of one of the top selling vibrators of 2024?
Okay. How is Trump a shape?
His hair.
Yeah, just something
know,
that was
it-
big.
you know.
something,
Oh, okay.
something big in pop culture in 2024
Yeah.
they would have used to
on.
shape that.
Road cone tactical turkey says no.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Banana?
A rubber duck.
What?
Yeah, a rubber duck. All right.
What is that? I wasn't going to guess anything close to
I'm like
that.
a quacker up your queefer.
What body part inspired?
Oh, man.
Little doggy said, "Hey, remember Jackass when they put Hot Wheels up their butt?" What body part inspired Japan's best-selling male toy?
I'm going to assume the unit.
Okay.
No?
No, it's ironic. It's the one part men still don't listen to, the woman's mouth. What's the name of the app that controls remote toys for long-distance couples? So you're in Montana, she's in Arkansas. What is the name of that?
Man, I don't know that one. I would just assume FaceTime, but I don't know. That's
No,
I believe it's called Love Sense.
the WeVibe. Oh, Love Sense. Is that right?
Rich is too
Rich-
quick with
Rich
some of
knows.
these answers, dude. He knows.
I'm starting to feel
it,
like he's got a
WeVibe?
little in. Yeah, WeVibe. What surprising group saw a huge increase in toy purchases during the pandemic?
Republicans?
That's a great guess. Now, married couples.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out a couple weeks in lockdown is all it takes for someone to go, hey, want to bring in a third person that doesn't talk?
All right.
All right, that's all of those.
I feel like I did horrible.
No, you were great. Rich was the star of that, though. Rich knows a lot about sex toys.
Little doggy guessed octopus tentacle for shape.
Yeah, no, that could have been it.
What do you
definitely
know
could
that
have
we
been it.
don't, doggy?
Tactical Turkey said dirt star. So, yeah, you know what that means. So let's switch then from that to fireworks. And this is not a trivia, but I will give you some great facts about fireworks maybe you didn't know. First of all, do you have plans for big fireworks over the weekend?
We really don't have any big plans. We got some friends going to the lake, but we're probably just going to stay at home. Maybe run down the road to my grandparents.
Yeah.
No big plans.
But you're not really going to go buy a bunch and shoot them off?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Yeah, we're going shopping tonight.
Oh, you're going shopping
Oh
tonight?
yeah, oh yeah.
Where are you going to go shopping at?
There's a fireworks stand that just set up not even a quarter mile away from my house. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go down there, and I saw they had a sign that said like Roman candles, 25 cents or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, that's usually what we do. I take the kid out to the fireworks stand, and I'm like, go crazy.
See, I could
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
down.
dude,
I could get down with that, but I feel like the last time I went to a fireworks stand, I didn't buy anything. I was like, no, this shit is wild. Like, crazy expensive wise. Like,
Yeah.
I can't afford anything in here. Like, I just wanted some 25-cent Roman candles or something like that. And
you're in there with the $25 mortars and whatnot.
right.
When you say you let them go crazy, do you tell them up to this amount, or do you say, do you
Yeah,
let them pick the
usually.
giant things?
Well, because normally the ones, if I can talk,
Yeah.
like you kind of have sections, you
Sure.
know. And so I'll be like, all right, you can buy, 5 things within this section.
Oh, okay, that's a cool way to do it.
Yeah.
Really.
And then go crazy. Whatever you want, 5 things, these shelves, that's your
cool.
world.
So he gets real excited and
Right,
involved in
right.
each one of them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
Yeah.
And then we'll go, try and pick out like a couple of the bigger ones.
Sure. Now, do you do this? Do you guys do it solo, or do you team up with other people to do it? So you have kind of a group shooting fireworks, or how do y'all do it?
So I believe this year, actually, I think we're heading out to Tasha's.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
she invited us
T-Mac.
out for a little barbecue and stuff. So I got to work, and then after that, I think we're gonna head out there and shoot off some fireworks. So-
That's awesome.
and that's really kind of the way. I mean, outside of just doing it right in my driveway, that's usually the way I do it. It's just if somebody throws out an invite, yeah, cool. All right, we'll shoot
Yeah.
off fireworks together.
Tactical asked what's on for tomorrow's
I forgot tomorrow that we were off, and Akeem said he was coming in. That's true. Brandon, let me reach out to Akeem because I screwed that up. I told him it would probably be a good idea to come in tomorrow, but damn, I messed up.
Didn't think about that.
I just forgot we were off. He caught me in a moment. And
Right.
I didn't think about it. Brandon, will you reach out to him if you're communicating? Well, never mind. I'll text him here in a minute. Don't worry about it. All right, let's get back to where we're fireworks.
Yeah.
So the earliest documentation of fireworks goes back to 7th century China. They were invented over 2,000 years ago in China. China is the largest manufacturer. 90% of all fireworks come from China. So you wouldn't have 4th of July without China.
All right.
Interesting.
Kind of funny.
That is.
In the year 1240, the Arabs acquired knowledge of gunpowder. A Syrian named Hassan al-Ramah wrote of fireworks using terms that suggested he got his knowledge from the Chinese. The first recorded fireworks in England were at the wedding of King Henry VII in 1486. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have thought they were shooting fireworks in the 12 and 1400s.
Right. That's wild to think about.
It really is. Dreaming of fireworks, according to this, means you like to be the center of attention and showing off to others. So there you go for that.
That's why I dream about fireworks every night.
Yeah. The largest, no, I'm not saying that. That's stupid. Fireworks not fun for your animals, as you probably know. It says keep cats and dogs locked up in the house.
They want to do a group chat show tomorrow.
A group chat show.
We're like the one day where everybody missed and Brandon was here and did
playing
DJ
music and everything.
yeah.
We could work something out, I'm sure, Let's see. The biggest occasion for fireworks in the UK is Guy Fawkes Night. That's the 5th of November.
Right.
It celebrates the failing of the gunpowder plot on November 5th, 1605, to kill King James.
Remember, the 5th of November.
Was that right?
That's the whole. That's remember,
okay.
remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I see no reason why the gunpowder treason shall ever be forgot.
What is that from?
It's V for
Yeah, V for
Oh,
Vendetta.
for Vendetta. Okay, I thought you were quoting some literature. I was like, I'm impressed with that.
Dude, you know, sex toys and like
Just some
classic.
Panther shit or what? Oh no, it's V for Vendetta. You gotta let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt, disbelief.
And that was a great movie, and there's a
It
great
was.
drinking game with that movie.
Which one? V for Vendetta.
That's how I learned about V for
That's
Vendetta.
Agent Smith is in that, isn't he?
What are you talking about?
Isn't he in that movie, V for Vendetta? The guy Hugo Weaving is his name.
I don't know. Is that his real? Like you're talking about as an actor?
Yeah. I think it's Agent Smith from The Matrix.
I just know about the drinking game.
Jay, you're right. Nobody gives a crap about your firework video. That's right. Your firework video, no matter how good it is, still sucks. It doesn't capture the sound or feel of it. Nobody wants to see it. It's no less impressive than anything I looked out the window and saw.
It's one of those things that I feel like we video and take pictures of everything, but
Yeah.
fireworks, they're not good
It
for
wasn't-
other people to watch your video, and you don't ever rewatch the video. It's like, why do we so compulsively bust out our phones like
I don't
something
know.
like that? You know?
Because it is weak, you know.
Yeah, fireworks one of those things for me that's like, I don't even try to, waste my time getting a video. You just try to take it in.
'Cause it'll
right there.
never be
Yeah,
as good,
It's
no.
pointless.
Rich, Brandon said, I need more songs in the OBS. I thought they were all, are they not all in OBS?
We haven't put any in recently, but I mean, you haven't sent me anything new lately.
Okay. No, I just meant of the ones we have. He didn't have.
Yeah, all the ones that we have are in. Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah. I know what he's
Okay,
talking
so help him out there.
about. Yep.
Yeah, all right.
It came to him.
Yeah,
Like, oh yeah, no, you're right.
yeah. The word for fireworks in Japanese is hanabi. It means fire flower.
Okay.
A rocket can reach speeds of 150 miles an hour. The shell can reach as high as 200 meters. This is probably the most interesting fact of all of them. You ready? A sparkler burns at a temperature of 15 times the boiling point of water.
Dang.
3 sparklers burning together generate the same heat as a blowtorch. When your sparkler goes out, put it in a bucket of water.
Did y'all ever make the sparkler bombs?
No, how does that work?
Man, it's super simple. You just get, 50 to 100 of them, and
Yeah.
you duct tape them real tight, and then you pull one out, make it the fuse.
Yeah.
You light one, and it lights the other, and I guess just the...
Oh, like all of them go off at once?
And it makes, a huge boom, like a big explosion. Yeah, you probably get in trouble
'Cause
for
it's
it.
so fast.
Yeah.
The
All those
combustion
igniting
happens
at
so
once,
fast,
it
yeah.
just combust. And,
Yeah.
Dang.
We used
Kinda
to mess
like
up mailboxes.
A
and
miniature
all kinds of
hydrogen
shit.
bomb.
Yeah.
Making a miniature nuclear explosion there. Something like that. That's wild. Have you ever been burned by a sparkler?
Yeah.
They hurt like
Oh,
hell,
yeah,
man.
dude.
I mean, it is hot. Sparkler bombs are legit, the tactical turkey says.
Of course, Tactical knows what I'm talking about. Of course he does.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever had like an injury with fireworks?
No.
Not serious.
No, I think it was, I'm trying to remember which one of the boys took a big old bottle rocket to the chest. It hit and it burned a little bit, but nothing too bad.
Nothing serious.
No.
Didn't have to go to the hospital.
No, nothing like that. No serious injuries ever. And I never knew anybody who did, but I've always seen pictures and heard stories.
Right.
I remember there used to be a website, probably still there, called rotten.com. But
Oh, dude.
back in the day,
Oh, dude.
if you wanted to see horrible things, that was the place you went. And it was the most horrible shit you've ever seen.
The most horrible
Horrible.
shit you've ever seen. Like, I can remember being a kid at my buddy's family
Yeah.
computer looking that shit up, and his mom coming home and being like,
What are you
"What
doing?"
did y'all look at on our computer today, dude?"
Right.
They're like, "What the hell is
It
this?"
showed this injury where a dude had an M80 in his hand, and I mean, it was just like just a few little nubs left is all he had. I mean, it just, yeah.
Shout out to Rotten.com. That's an OG. I
Yeah.
feel like that was like the internet came out, and then
Rotten.com.
yeah.
Porn, rotten.com.
Rotten.com. Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly how it worked. Just
Whatever
like
happened
that.
to that Terry dude? Terry. back it up, Terry.
Put it in reverse.
Yeah, put it in reverse.
I love that video. I love that video.
That's probably one of the most quoted video memes of all time, I bet. Yeah, I use that at home sometimes. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Somebody can make some money, put that on a T-shirt. 4th of July.
Yeah, that'd be a good 4th of July T-shirt for sure. Let's see. The record for the largest firework display consisted of 66,326 fireworks, and that was in Rich's mom's bed. I'm kidding. It was in Portugal in 2006.
Oh man, we were just on Rich today.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you come in late. For
real.
He's just gonna shit on you.
Oversleep.
Static electricity in synthetic clothing can set off fire.
Oh, they do have
firecrackers.
T-shirts.
People making firecrackers wear only cotton. They're only allowed to wear cotton. That's interesting. Italy was the first country to master and experiment with fireworks in Europe. They were the first to use shells for firecrackers to be loaded into cannons. What's up?
Yeah, just Brandon Aston comments if anybody wants to do a Roman candle war, and then Tactical says, "I'm down, but you better back it up, Terry."
It says put it in reverse, Brandon.
Dude, Roman candle wars. That we used to do the Roman candles and get
Yeah.
PVC pipe with the bottle
Yeah,
rockets
that's
and get
right.
forts and
We used to do really terrible things. Shoot at things, shoot things,
I
shoot
was
each
about
other.
to say, like, most of my memories from 4th of July are like it's fun, but I always got in trouble. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all my memories from 4th of July growing up is me getting in a lot of trouble
Shooting
for something.
fireworks at cars that go by,
Yep,
and
yep.
they get pissed off.
Mailboxes.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
just
mailboxes.
Anything.
Did you smoke out a few mailboxes?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
On just random or people you didn't like?
Just random. Yeah, just random.
No, we always pick people we didn't like. Yeah. Did you? What about the night before? Did you ever like roll people?
Oh, yeah, man, we
roll
used to
toilet
do the
paper
toilet
roll,
paper thing, or
egg houses.
yeah, we would. A big thing to do, which I never saw it work, but like the thing to do when you rolled a house was to put like Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops in somebody's yard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was supposed to like color their grass.
That's
You
funny.
know, I never saw it work, but
I
we
know.
sure.
But
did
you
it a
sure
lot.
tried to
Yeah,
do it?
yeah, we sure did it a lot.
That's hilarious, man. I
Or the forking. Did you ever? You get like a pack of 500 plastic forks and stab them in the ground in somebody's yard. Yeah, just dumb shit.
Can you imagine later on somebody's going to accidentally step on those? The only thing left are the prongs. They're going to step on them. Yeah. Bottle rockets in a beer bottle. Yeah, no, that's true. Artillery shells in the neighbor's mailbox will score you a one-on-one with the police. Yeah, no, if you get caught. That's correct.
Yeah, thankfully, I never got in trouble with
Yeah,
the law.
that's
It
why
was
you wear
always-
gloves. Always wear gloves.
Yeah, yep.
Don't you know that? PVC, wussy hand release. No, that's true.
Yeah, you get better aim. You get better aim with that PVC pipe.
No, but I get it. Yeah, but again, that's pretty weak too. You got to do an anal release. I mean, that's, put it in your bum and shoot it if you're a real man. Right? You got to kind of aim up and never mind. When I was a kid, I shot a police car. The cop came up and cussed out my dad, but my dad said, "Don't tell me, tell the kid holding the lighter." He said I was 5. And that's, yeah. No, that's great. All right,
So I've got a good fireworks story. It's not 4th of July, but it was sometime during the summer, out of school, and me and my buddy found a box of fireworks in a shed.
That's great.
We fire them all
Probably
off,
old
right?
as hell.
Yeah, old. We fire them off, have fun, whatever, and then we pick up all the trash. And we're like, we can't have any evidence,
Right.
Pick up all the trash. We're gonna go burn them at our burn pit at our fort in the woods, right?
Right.
We go to burn them, and there was one in there that hadn't went off a bit.
Oh,
We're sitting there burning this trash, and then this mortar goes off and catches the woods on fire.
Oh, no.
Dude, so we're running
woods
back
behind the house?
Yeah, we're running back and forth to my house with like 5-gallon buckets of water. And
Oh, you're
shit.
trying to
Like,
put it out?
Trying to put it out because I was going to be in so much trouble. Like, you know what I mean? I was terrified for my parents to come home and see that not only had we found the box of fireworks and fired them all off, but also set the woods behind the house on fire. And I think I did get caught like a month later. My stepdad or somebody went out there and was like, "It's burnt out there. Like, did y'all start a fire?" Like, "Oh yeah, it got a little, but never got caught.
Never
It was
got caught.
fireworks.
Laura did that, but not with fireworks. I told her. I told her not to do it, but she wanted to do a controlled burn of some brush behind the house.
Controlled.
Yeah, the next thing you know, there's a fire
Level
department.
5.
The fire department's showing up to put it out because it's behind mine and the neighbor's house. We put our hoses out. I did everything I could to get this thing out, and it would not go out. And my neighbor's like, "Don't call the fire department. Don't call them." I'm like, "Why? I don't want them to go in and see I got weed." They don't give a shit about the weed.
You're not the cops.
They don't care about the weed, bro. You're not running a meth lab. You got
Right.
some weed in there. Here, give it to me, all of it. I mean, shit. But yeah, we had to call them, man. It was, and then I don't know how it happened. We've been trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
Somebody threw a cigarette out.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
guess so.
spontaneous
Yeah.
combustion.
Yeah, we'll be back here in just a minute. We got to do a spot or two. We're behind
Yeah.
here. So here. At Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, they're a veteran-owned company, and they tailor CBD recipes. At Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, they're a veteran-owned company, and they tailor CBD recipes specifically to you. Inflammation, if you need, anxiety relief, if you're trying to focus more, if you're trying to lose weight, they have a formula for you. And you know what? They'll tweak it a little bit here and there if you need to make it perfect for you. It's sublingual. You put it under your tongue, just a drop, and it's instantly effective and 80% absorbed by your body. The other CBD that you get, the gummies, the things like that, 20% absorption, not nearly what you want. And this is pharmaceutical grade. Go over to bantx.com. It's bantx.com and put in the promo code PATP25 to get 25% off. They don't just have CBD. They've got all kinds of products. They've got a lot of different hemp products. They even have CBD for your pets. Check them out. It's bantx.com, baby.
Ever had someone in your life who's just out to hurt you? Then this is for you.
Your head is a refinery, producing hate at large scale. Pipeline from your Dead Sea, every time you exhale. No spitting and spewing, you're pumping wide open. Credit for what you're doing, that's a metric ton of shit talking. You're a factory owned by evil, manufacturing pure misery. I'm here to say thank you because your hate fuels me. Outselling the narrative, get ahead of the storm. Hey, right. But it's really not comparative. Ain't it really day and night? And night. Working overtime to stain every facet of my life. You smile at my pain with every turn of the knife. You're a factory owned by evil, manufacturing pure misery. I'm here to say thank you because your hate fuels me. The votes are in, or so you think. You're gonna win. It's been inked. But what happens if your platform sinks? This can end, you just gotta blink. You're a factory owned by evil, manufacturing pure misery. I'm here to say thank you, cause your hate fuels me. You're a factory owned by evil, manufacturing pure misery. I'm here to say thank you because your hate fuels me.
Here we are. We're just sitting here talking about. Here. Now you can see things better.
Shooting the breeze.
Well, we were talking about Rich and his Wheel of Pain issue, the paintball thing going
So
on.
here's the deal.
So what's
Like,
going on? Talk to me.
Originally, it just started off as a joke that Tactical was like, well, Rich has got to take a paintball shot. And I was like, yeah, no. And I kind of thought the issue was dead in the water there. But then, you know, on Mondays, I tune into Dad's After Dark. Shout out to them, by the way, of course. And he gets in there, and he's like, Rich needs to take a paintball shot. And they're all like, you know, so it got out a little bit. And I'm like, again, haha, but no, and thought it died there. Well, now it's spread everywhere. Now it's on Facebook. It's, you know, everybody. So I feel now like I have to step up to the plate and do something.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to do the paintball shot, man. It's hilarious to watch the video of you. I've watched that video like 500 times, man. That's great.
You enjoy that? That's comedy to you?
But every time I, you know,
Which part's the
see
comedy
the second break between the pop and the dude, that is
You just love that little gap
I can
right
just
there.
I can.
You
That
son of a
is
bitch.
just seeing that. But like, also on the other side of my mind, I'm like, look, it hurts so bad. The response to the pain is delayed to get your dude. I don't want to do that. Like,
Okay. So what's your proposal?
my proposal is, if everybody agrees, rather than taking a paintball shot, I will take a spin on the Wheel of Pain. I have to do whatever it lands on. There's
It
no
could be
getting out of
worse.
it. It could be worse.
It could be.
It could be. I could have to take a gut shot from Kirby.
That would be brutal. Nathan Kirby.
That would hurt.
Shot. What else? What else is on there? Let's see. A tortilla slab.
I'm going for
The
tortilla
kendo.
slab.
The kendo-
yeah, the
the
kendo
kendo
stick.
Kendo stick. You could land on that too.
Yeah. The
Mushrooms.
stun gun kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to see you take that. I do have a guy now that has the actual stun gun, so the good kind.
This could work out in my favor, though, because I could end up landing on pick and share, which means I get to choose one and choose who goes
That
through
is
it.
true.
So this is something I'm going to bring up, Rich.
Yeah.
You remember back in football season, we had a little bet.
Yeah,
going.
so anyways, what's
and-
going on with this wheel?
we had a table, a through the table bet,
That he
which
had
I
an
won.
honor.
And true to his religion, he never anteed up on that bet. And then we even did a double or nothing, which I won again.
Right.
So I feel like you got two table shots. How can we mend
We need to
this?
incorporate
We need to mend
the
this
two of them
somehow.
together.
Yes.
Yeah, a
Yes.
table shot, then whatever he gets in the spin. Or vice versa. It doesn't really matter either way. It says, Rich
Jim is brutal, man.
needs a kick to the apple bag and a snort of smelling salts after. I'll die on this hill.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think
Smelling
about
salts
smelling.
is great.
I've
Dude,
got to
those are
take a
bomb.
smelling
Do
salts
you?
at home. Yeah, unopened. I haven't opened them. We need to
Okay.
put that on there.
So that's going to be now what's in the box.
Okay, it's
What's
smelling
in the
salts.
box is smelling salts now. There's also a paddle up there. So are they good or are the people good with that?
It sounds
What
like
do y'all think?
Trading the
What do y'all think?
paintball for a spin on the Wheel of Pain.
Jay says, all right, now we're talking. Jay says he'll volunteer as tribute in exchange for Wise Guys tickets.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good
he'll
one.
be your
So
tribute.
so yeah, he'll take the spin.
Which part? Both things or just the
I don't know, Jay.
just the
What's your
wheel
offer
spin?
here? Are you going to take both,
Just
or
the
is
wheel
it
Dude, they
just
want the
one?
paintball. They want the tactical doggy. They're like, nah, paintball. I think you messed up saying how scared you were. Of it. And that, now, no deal. He takes the paintball. all caps.
Oh man!
All right.
It's like that's a. I mean, I'm sorry.
So Jay, let's talk.
Yeah.
Is it tribute for the wheel or is it tribute for the paintball shot?
Well, what about?
Dude, I'm going to
what
work
about-
this angle until I get
What
my
about the
deal.
table shot? I mean, you got one.
That's
of
what I'm
those?
saying. He's saying,
Oh.
so you now I
He's
have
gonna
to
be-
take. I now have to
Okay.
take the paintball, but I still have to take a Wheel of Pain spin for the table. That's what you're
Okay.
saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
I got to pay up for that bet too.
Okay.
So, because the deal, we could never find a table.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. Well, I found one.
Joe,
You-
did
you
Yeah,
were-
yeah.
you
No,
were
you
like,
sent
no.
me. No, he sends me a picture
Jay
of
said
a
he'll
table.
take the paintballs.
All right. Bet.
So you're going to get him tickets to Wise
I will
Guys.
get him tickets. Yeah, which you know that's the last 2 Saturdays in July. So let me know which date you want the tickets to, and 2 tickets on me to the Wise Guys for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Now,
If that's
Sorsby-
what you need. If you
Sorsby's
need a
gonna-
couple more, let me know.
He's gonna make me look bad because he's not even gonna win.
Take,
All
it,
right.
take it like a
No,
champ.
he's gonna zen out before he comes in, and he's just gonna look at the camera. And when it happens, he's gonna go like this.
Right? Yep.
He'll blink. Brandon said, "Take it in the wizard sleep."
All right. So there we go. So paintball's handled.
Okay.
Now we just have the wheel of pain.
So are you? When do you want to spin it now?
Okay, if you want to.
All right, here. Let's see.
How
if
does
we
this
can-
work?
Well-
do I spin it and drop, pick one, or Bundy does it, or what? I guess since it was Bundy's bet, Bundy should do it. He should.
Let's see here what we
He
can.
won the bet.
I need to move.
Watch it land on paintball. That would be my
I
luck.
hope it does. I hope it does.
Wrong way. There
There
it
we
is.
go. We're on.
Yeah.
We're on.
Okay. So let's.
That would be.
This is why I don't
That would
fly
be
a
my
plane
luck
right
that it
here.
lands on it
I hope
anyways.
it lands on paintball.
Okay. So Rich, you would spin it. Dustyn, you have to, because we don't have a thing right now, an arrow thing. You stand behind it, and then you just stop it
Okay.
randomly. Whatever your hand's on, when you stop it, is what he has to do.
And said no looking.
Yeah, right. No looking. That's right. So you guys go ahead. Everybody, here, hold on a second. Let's see. I get some
Fingers crossed.
music for this.
No paintball. All right, we ready? Oh man, it's on the line.
On the line.
What was that? What is that? What does that say? It was on the line. Spin it again. Do it again.
All right, and it was on.
It really was
between
legitimately-
stun gun and paintball shot. For real.
You were close. You were close.
Now he's memorizing that spot. He's
Spin it
trying to
again.
do it.
Oh, there it goes. I'm gonna get it.
All right, what is that? What's the safe word?
I don't know what that means.
Oklahoma.
I'm not sure what that means. So
Was it another spin?
yeah, do it again. that just means spin again to me.
So where's our arrow at that it's landed on?
So like right here.
Oh,
Like that's it.
I got you.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah,
But some of those are just lines. So.
we're gonna have to pull some of the dead ones off that we don't really know what they mean.
All
so.
right. All right. See, even the wheel doesn't
There
want
it
me
is.
to get punished. Yeah, it's a pick and share.
Oh, pick and share. That's the lamest one you can get.
That's a winner.
That's the lamest.
That's a
What
winner.
did y'all concoct this together?
That's a pick and share.
Oh, Jesus Christ! How did this happen?
So I pick for Bundy to get a tortilla slap.
How do I get on the end of my own bet that I won?
Hey man, hey, good job. Thanks for paying up. Glad the debt is taken
So
care
you'll
of.
have to procure your tortilla.
Okay,
I assume you'll be the tortilla slapper.
I would guess so.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
This is
work.
bullshit. I don't like this.
Well, we need a legit arrow then. I'm so disappointed. Little doggy said.
Okay. Let me
Oh,
at
they're
least
turning on
bring,
me now. They're
let me
saying I gotta
at
turn- I
least
don't
bring
know.
this up to save myself.
Yeah.
We did a double or nothing, and I also won that bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was 2 bets I
Yeah.
won. I feel like you should have to spin it again.
Oh, one more time.
Okay. If
Well, I mean, this is.
Yeah,
it's 2
everybody-
bets, right? Like, you
Tactical
gotta.
said this is bullshit.
Hey, I need y'all to have my back.
I mean, hey, y'all, I can't help what he picked. It's was pick and share, man.
You
You gotta play. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I don't like this wheel of pain already. This did not work out for me at all.
so does he have to spin again then?
What do you think? Tactical, little doggy, everybody, what do you spin again, right? We
Yeah,
can't let him
yeah.
get away with slapping me with a tortilla for a
looks like
bet
we're gonna have to
that
spin
Michigan lost.
So
like,
yeah, so right now we got Jay taking your paintball shot. We
Right.
got
Shit, how does he
great.
get out of
Andy
this?
gets to- so you got to spin again.
hell, dude. What the hell? That's no.
You can't land on the same thing twice. So go ahead.
So Jay's taking my paintball shot. You're getting slapped with a tortilla.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
See what you pick next for me.
Spin again.
Yeah, let's see, because I need this one to result the right way. I need this to be an epic episode of pain for everybody, except
All right, here
me.
we go, everybody. 3, 2. I'll give
Yeah.
a good, yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's a wheel of. Price is Right type spin.
Come on, pick and
Showcase
share again.
Spin.
Let's go, big money. Stop. No, I'm kidding.
There it is.
That's a wrestling chop.
Wrestling chop.
Wrestling chop.
All right. So Bundy gets to give you that wrestling chop.
Okay.
So Bundy gives you a wrestling chop.
Okay.
You got a tortilla slap on Bundy.
Right.
And then Jay's taking a
Jay's
paintball.
taking a
I
paintball.
want to do my chop
I can still-
after the tortilla slap. You get to go first.
Okay.
That's fine. Let him know. Yeah, this will be great. This will be great right here. Yeah, no, this is going to be a good episode. So let's find out when Jay and all of you guys can be here on the same day so we can do it. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm good
and
with
just a lot of nice pain in that episode.
Right,
It'll be a real
absolutely.
special day for me. I know that. Real special day for me right there.
I'm satisfied with that.
Are you?
Yeah.
I bet
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
are.
you are. I'm sure
Weasel.
you are.
Jay,
No, dude.
appreciate you, man. Thanks for supporting the wise guys.
No, what a weasel, man.
Speaking about something else that I'm involved in real quick, don't forget this Saturday, Ark and Brawl, 4 companies coming together, Moose Lodge out in Saline County. It's going to be a good time.
Okay,
Nice.
what time does that start?
Doors open at 6, first bell at 7. You know, shout out to TNR, Wrestling with Pride, and we've had him on before, Logan Light. He's actually starting kind of working with a new thing popping up in Searcy called
Okay.
Wrestling for Glory.
Okay.
So, and of course, Vapors will be there also.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So tell me what you guys think about this. This is in Tennessee, so it's just up the road from us, and it could be something that could come here. Teens in Tennessee can lose their driving privileges if they're found guilty of bullying other kids per a new law in the state. The law took effect July 1st, allows courts to revoke driver's licenses for up to a year for teens caught bullying and or cyberbullying other kids. It was passed along with significant bipartisan support. It received praise from supporters as a step in the right direction. It says bullying can cause long-term harm, result in mental health problems later. Most acts of violence and suicide are noted as a result of being bullied. Simply got tired of nothing being done to stop bullying, is what they said, and they came up with this idea. So
And where was that at?
this is in Tennessee.
Okay.
The driving restrictions will be enforced by the court, notifying the Tennessee Department of Safety to prevent a driver's license being issued to anyone found guilty of bullying in a court of law. Additionally, if they're caught driving on a suspended license, of course, there's additional penalties. It does allow for some flexibility for first-time offenders, but it varies. In order for teens to secure their driving privileges, they have to apply for them within 10 days of the court decision and pay a $20 application fee. So what do you think? Do you think that's a pretty fair approach to it?
I guess until like a little brother gets his older brother's license suspended. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like you'll have a couple of situations that are like, I don't know. It'll be hard to dictate.
Yeah.
Who's
Now,
in the wrong.
let me ask, were you guys, either one of you, did you ever deal with any bullying in school?
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people probably do at some point in their school life, right? I mean, that's pretty fair to say. What?
But also, like, dude, some of the bullying that goes on today is freaking vicious compared to what, we went through.
Well, absolutely. I couldn't AI picture your mom and me.
Right.
Now
The internet adds an extra.
No, and not only that, but you often see too. I'll tell you who's particularly vicious. Girls in cyberbullying are terrible.
Yeah.
They're horrible about it.
Sure,
I mean, guys are bad, but girls are just man.
Right.
They will go right.
I feel like
at
with
it.
guys, it's a lot more like physical bullying.
Yeah.
With the girls, it's all like mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it seems like it's more directed girl on girl crime in that regard, because they tell them they're fat, they're ugly. You know what I mean?
Right. They go,
say. I mean, I got bullied, and all the same things that anybody gets bullied for.
Right.
You're a dork, or you're fat.
That's
or
what I
whatever
remember,
it was, now it was terrible. I didn't like it. Trust me, it was.
There was always the difference between, the kids that didn't have money and the kids that did have money in the sports teams. And,
Yeah, the jocks put me in lockers.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was never fun.
Yeah.
Even in like playing sports, you have the dynamic of seniors and sophomores. you
Yeah,
know,
I mean, it
thing.
just, there was
Yeah, that's true. It says, I wish I could go back in time and have this law in effect. Yeah, a lot of people, were bullied. Brandon said, I was absolutely bullied, but it thickens the skin. In some ways, that's true.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't be in actuality who I was without it.
Right.
I know that probably sounds crazy, but the fact of the matter is I had to learn to get funny to avoid getting my ass beat more.
Right.
And if I could start making people laugh,
Then
then I could win, and so if I either cut down you,
Right.
if I come back with something better than what you had,
Right.
and that's what I learned to neutralize it or be the guy that was funnier.
Right.
And that's what worked.
Yeah,
for
that
me.
was the power I had.
Yeah,
as
that.
well, yeah.
Yeah. And so I managed to bail myself out, and I learned to get a thicker skin. So I'm not as bothered by things as some people are. You can say whatever you want.
Right.
Right.
I may or may not come back. You hope I don't, because if I do, I'm going to make you suffer for it. But see, I caught most of my bullies and returned an ass whooping later in life. Man, that's good for you, man.
Hell yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this story, and I've told it once before. But there was a guy, and we were the same height and everything in school. But and you know how you are in school. You're always kids are assholes. That's just a fact. It doesn't mean you weren't not an asshole. Trust me, you were, even if you think you weren't. It's just how teenagers are. So I was going to the cafeteria. I was in my sophomore or junior year. I can't remember which. Sophomore year. And we sat at the same table every day, me and my buddies. Same seats every day. It's just how it was. We always sat at the same
your
table.
little group.
Yeah, and in the clique. And so I came to sit down, and bro was in my seat, man. And I'm like, hey, man, you're in my seat, bro.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I don't see your name on it. I'm like, bro, come on, man. I sit here every day, man. He's like, yeah, no, I'm sitting here. Find somewhere else to sit. And so I put my hand on his shoulder, like, bro, come on. Dude stood up, and now we're in the cafeteria. Dude stood up and jack slapped.
Oh.
Open hand slap.
Right.
Now, listen,
in the middle of everybody.
That's an immediate, we're fighting.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going down.
So we go down the stairs, and we just getting ready to go, and someone said, the principal's coming, So we had to stop. And I told him, I said, man, this ain't over, bro.
All right.
Trust me, you
got that slap on me. I'm going to get you back.
And Eric knows, because he, later on, I assure you, he still laughs to this day, I promise you, because I got so mad, I waited for him at his locker.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you're going to pay. You slapped me in the cafeteria, you have to pay.
In front of everybody.
You got to pay. I cannot let this go unserved,
Right.
And he comes, he's got books in his hand, got a girl on each side, and bop! Books go flying everywhere. Girls run. We end up in the principal's office. Both of us get suspended for a period of time, And so we like all guys, you make up.
Right.
I mean, we weren't
That's how it was.
buddies.
You got in a fight, and then the next day you're best friends.
We weren't buddies at that point, but we were okay. We just avoided each other after that. Until that one day when I was about, I don't know, man, almost 30. And I'm in Home Depot in Bryant. And I turn and come down the aisle, and I see this guy at the end of the aisle, and this dude is massive. Not only is he tall, but he looks, he's like got those muscles on, and he looks like a WWE superstar. And as I begin to get closer, I realize, oh my God, that's Eric. It looks like since the day I hit him, he did nothing but lift weights and wait to see me again.
He just had pictures of you.
Yeah, and here he comes up the aisle, and I was just like, please don't kill me, Eric.
All right.
And he just started laughing. He goes, no, we're cool, man. I was like, oh, thank God.
All right.
That's hilarious.
This dude was so, it was like, I don't know, it's like, Scottie Pippen between his freshman and sophomore year of college grew 6 inches. It happened to that dude too. Because when we left high school, we were the same height. Now he was like 6'3", 6'4", and just ate the gym. I was like, oh, hell no, man.
Dude's
This
got,
guy's going to get
picture
back.
of you in the mirror.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what I thought. It was like, oh no, I've been the montage in his head for 20 years now, waiting to whoop this ass, I used to stand up for the disabled and mentally handicapped kids, Tasha said. Yeah. I think making fun of a disability is the lowest of the low. Yeah, I mean, of course it is. Unless you're doing it, if you're in a comedy club setting and it's that kind of environment, or you're with all your friends and you're ragging on each other, that's one thing. If you're literally making fun of people for disabilities, you're a piece of shit. I mean, you're a piece of shit. You know, it's just like making fun of someone for race or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, that's just bullshit.
How messed up is your life that you have to revert to that to get enjoyment?
No, it is. It's
and that's where it comes from. Like, that's the only place.
Yeah,
well, that's something that is brought up with bullies all the time, like the adage, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And that's true. That's
most
very
of those
true.
kids that are bullying, they're miserable or have a horrible at home life or deeply insecure about something.
And that's true. And it's you know, my mom would tell me that, but you know, it didn't feel any better getting shoved in the locker.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know, thinking that they have a tough home life did not make me happier getting crammed in the locker.
If there's one like message that I could pass along, or like if I could go back in time and tell myself something from like, you know, middle school, high school days and bullies and all that, would be like, just ride it out, man.
Right.
Like, after you're done here, it's never going to matter again.
Right.
But it is hard to tell someone in that age that because everything seems, I mean, just think about when you broke,
absolutely.
When you broke up with your girlfriend, it was the end of the world.
No, absolutely.
You were going to die.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was the life meant nothing anymore for, you know, until you saw some other boobies.
Right.
You know,
everything was such a big deal, though.
It was.
It was, no, but that's why I'm saying, like.
And that's hormones. I mean, because, you know, at that age from about, you know, 12 to 16, 17, you're just, I mean, girls, estrogen, boys, you know, testosterone, and you're just
you're just flying off the handle at anything.
Do you think as a teenage boy you can go from laughing to crying to yelling inside 30 seconds? You know what I mean?
A bunch of shit going on inside you.
It's all mixed up, and it don't know how to work right.
Don't know what to do.
That's why it's hard to say, you know, go ahead and let them lop that off and turn it into something else. It's like, I remember being, 15. I had no business telling anybody what should happen to my junk.
Right.
Even me. You know what I mean?
Did you do that a lot as a 15-year-old, Patrick?
What's that?
Did you laugh and cry and do all that at the same time?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
For sure. I feel like I'm
just me and your mom going through it.
Sounds like you in a box of tampons.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's all happy now. He got out of the paintball shot. He's all cocky and
man.
chipper.
Mr. Arrogant over here. I don't know. There might be some strays that fly in this day. I don't know.
I can't. Hey, like I said,
I don't know what might happen if one, catches the calf or something. Andy accidentally rattles it off, and
appreciate my support.
Yeah, there's a difference. If
my entourage, that's what I was trying to think.
There's a difference if you're my friend or a comedian making jokes. Right. No, that's what I mean. I mean, look, all of us, we all have friends. Look, Julio Gonzalez, for example, is a really good friend of mine. We toured together for a long time doing stand-up comedy. And so we got to know each other. So
You've had him on, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Low key. If it's just me and him, we will jab at each other about things that in public you would not say.
Right.
But that's when you're that close to somebody, you can.
Right.
It's when you feel comfortable leaving that environment and doing it that it's a problem. Because everybody's sensitivities are different. And when you don't know and trust someone, you can't just say something recklessly without possibly causing a problem.
Right.
Dude,
up there in Montana, it was like before we had Starlink up there, it was like you didn't have, zero phone service, right?
Right.
So everybody kind of calls home on Sundays. That's kind of the routine there, right? And I'd called a couple of my buddies, and I lived with the roommates up there, and then I was working later. My boss said, so your roommate, Kate, she said that you were fighting with somebody on the phone or arguing with them. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, she said she heard you arguing with somebody on the phone. I was like, no, I was talking to my buddy, from back home. It's just the way we talk shit to the way we talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
She's like, dude, I thought you were talking to somebody that you hated. No, dude, that's one of my best friends.
No, that's the closer the friend, the worse things you say to them.
100%.
Listen,
ludicrous shit.
I'm going to be honest. This is facts. Guys say shit that should never, like if it was recorded,
Ludicrous.
if it was recorded, you'd be burnt. You'd be cooked, I promise you, because you're going to say the worst absolute things to your closest friends.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to call them things that you're not supposed to say.
Right.
You know, you're going to do all kinds of things. Yeah, that's
I love
just
that
what
kind
happened.
of banner, though.
But it is, you know, it's. I'm an S talker, shit talker
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
And that matter of fact, that's me and my boys both.
Right.
You know, we all talk crap to each other. It's
Right.
fun to do it. You know, so
Usually,
yeah, when they come in, it's not, "Hey son, how are you?"
Right.
It's like, "What's up, fuckhead?"
Right.
You know, I mean, that's just how it goes.
What'd you do today? Probably not shit, I
Yeah.
bet, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Roll up on some dudes. You know, I mean, it's it's you know, it's stupid stuff. That's what it is. So yeah, but I think bullying people is a whole different animal. I mean, that's it's just messed up, man.
Right.
You know, nobody
back,
wants that.
Back to the original
Yeah.
conversation. I don't know if the suspending the driver's license, if that's a way to.
I don't know if
Because
that's.
then it's like, who decides? Who's the decider on?
Well, that's what I was going to say is how do you determine it was bullying? Does the school make that determination and then they notify
The DMV.
the police, or how does that exactly work? But I'm not opposed to it, but I am interested in. What are we going on here? Oh.
Tasha was talking about being bullied.
I see. Listen, I'm going to read this comment because I know from my son that this can be a fact. Since it sucks being mixed, you're not white enough for the white community, not black enough for the black community. I don't look at people by color like most of the world does. I do understand that.
Empathetic for that.
Yes, absolutely. Because Tyler, Laura's mom is full-blood Costa Rican. She immigrated here and didn't even speak English when she came here. Now she speaks it wonderfully. Kind of sounds like Sofia Vergara.
Yeah.
But yeah, she speaks it wonderfully, and she's one of the best human beings I've ever known. Also, there's some. Let's see. Tyler has African American, Costa Rican, and general variety Caucasian in him as well.
Right.
Okay, so he's got all that, and so yeah, it is a difficult no man's land at times, to be there because he is light enough, that he can be. What I wouldn't necessarily say white passing, but pretty close.
Right.
If he's gone all winter and has had no sun, he might be white passing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so I understand that. But factually speaking, that it's stupid to mess with people on race. That's the dumbest thing to me because he had no control over who the parents were. And if I'm being honest, man, the best looking people are mixed people.
I'm
that's
not gonna
no
lie,
lie.
dude. Yeah.
That's no lie.
That's the finest people in the world.
Right?
Look,
Right.
I mean, my ladies swoon over Tyler. Like ass women.
I guarantee you.
Swoon over Tyler. Do you understand that? I
He's
mean,
like
they
a-
lose their mind.
Puerto Rican Matt Rife, dude.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
got the
he's
usually when a woman
See,
says,
look, there's Brandon. Tyler
I
Sharp
do,
looks
Tyler
like
is.
homo, kind of
Right.
jealous. Yeah, no, I get it. Everybody's kind of jealous when you do around
well, it's
Tyler.
like most of the time I don't know what a woman means when she's like, "Oh, that guy's handsome." Like I don't register.
Right.
But if they say it about Tyler, like, "Oh, I get it." Like, you know what I mean? Yep, I get it.
that's
I know
what
what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
exactly.
Like,
No, it's like, yeah, no. I mean, I told him something. He was telling me a story about, I don't know, man. These. It was about some girls that were all talking to him, at the same time. These different ones are messaging him, and I just said, man, I don't even know what that feels like, man. I chased every girl I ever got.
Right.
I worked it like a rip sauce on it.
It's like selling a car. You really had to.
I mean, I'm using all my chops, my comedy, everything, all my game, everything.
Back in,
I got.
yeah.
Yeah, this dude's just sitting there breathing.
Yep.
Bing, bing, bing. And I'm like, Man, sometimes I just live vicariously.
Right,
man.
right.
I don't even know what to think about. I never had to turn anything down. You know what I mean? This guy's like,
My phone's getting blown up.
I can't tonight. And it's like, no, tonight, yeah.
Yeah, gladly.
Cancel whatever I'm doing.
Whatever I'm doing, doesn't matter. I'll be there.
Your phone's blowing up with booty calls. My phone's blowing up with extended car warranty.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, it was, it's just one of those things where sometimes you look at someone and you just know, and you're like, yeah, you look like Bad Bunny, bro. Stop.
Yeah.
My best friend in the world from 8th grade. We still talk to this
Yeah.
day. And we often, that's pretty much once every Saturday, Sunday, we'll get all the boys together on PlayStation, play video games, voice chat, catch up.
That's
Anyways. But, same dude. And still to this day, we'll be talking on PlayStation or whatever, and he'll be like, oh, well, I got this new girl that I'm talking to. And I'm like, how? Just rub some of the luck off on me, maybe, man.
good
Just
looking cat.
how do you, dude. And I'm just, how do you do this?
Yeah, no, sometimes.
And that's how it's been since we were teenagers, man.
Yeah.
Anywhere we went, all the girls, oh, man, they wanted Jason.
Right.
They wanted Rich with
never-
fucking chopped meat.
You never wanted to go anywhere with Jason.
Yeah,
Unless
dude.
You wanted to play wingman.
Yeah.
No, you just had to sizzle him up.
Yeah, you just had to sit there and
Ladies
enjoy
and
the ride.
gentlemen,
Yeah, I might as well just announced him
That's-
coming through the
that's
door.
how his
That's where it
announcement
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you see, that's where it started.
Right.
Announcing, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and get ready to give up all the trim in the room. too.
Right, seriously.
That's funny, man. You'll have to share this episode with him. He'll get a kick out of it.
Oh, sure.
He'll play it for all his ladies.
Tactical said, I just want everybody to know I'm going to pop Rich in the ass in the parking lot. I can't let this slide. Straight bullshit. You make it.
10 for being a weasel.
I like it, Tactical. I like it.
I knew that Andy would take care of the justice. I didn't have to worry about it.
I
you
mean,
know.
everything was taken care of, man.
No, it's absolutely.
We spun the
I feel like
wheel
you're
25
Culminated
times.
He culminated it and then brought it down.
Hey,
all
all
within.
I did was just come out and say, I really don't want to do the paintball shot.
Brandon said-
Everything happened after that is just because, well, the universe loves me. So.
Brandon said, tighten the beard up, Rich.
Oh, man.
I've taught my daughter, Tasha said, I've taught my daughter to ignore the kids and have shared my story with her. Yeah, look, let me just tell you that's horrible anytime race is involved. But as someone who did not suffer from that, I can tell you that no matter what the makeup of you as a person is, bullies will find a way to bully you.
Yeah, they'll pick you up.
So for me, Tasha, I was a dork. I didn't have money for good clothes,
Right.
which was true.
Yep.
My mom sent me to school in some jeans called Rigolettos, and I never heard the end of that.
Shout out to the Rigolettos.
Rigolettos, bitch. And being fat.
Yep.
Because I was a thick stick, even younger, And so those were the things they got me on. Even my own dad bullied me about being fat, didn't
Make
help.
little pokes at you. And
Oh,
shit,
no,
yeah.
it wasn't little. It was full pokes. But, and I am still a dork, Brandon. You're right. But I just hide it sometimes.
I'll say this is something that helped me get through bullying as a kid. It's as soon as somebody takes that initiative to bully you or try to tear you down, almost try to take that as a good sign that, well, inevitably, you're better than them.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something about
that's
you.
the
No, you're
telltale.
absolutely for
That's
real.
the telltale sign.
You are.
I'll tell you what it did it for me is I learned a weird thing, which was I would just agree with them
Right.
to the nth degree.
Right. Yeah, it never stops.
So, someone would say, your mom's a whore. And I'd say,
Yep.
yeah, you're damn right she is. She's got a Sealy imprint on her back. And they would just talk and go, man, you're f***ing crazy. And they'd walk away.
Yep.
If I could one-up them and just take the joke out as far as it would go, that's what did it for me. Now, I'm not saying that works for everyone, but that's exactly what did
I
it.
learned that most fights and bullying situations are about 90% just who can talk better shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. If you can win the battle of gab, then you won't ever even have to worry about that 10%.
Yeah, so if I'm Tasha Mac's daughter, I'm like, yeah, I'm mixed and hot. you're not mixed and not.
Right. Something, yeah.
Pasty
You need
pale.
some mixing, you pale ass bitch. Get to stepping, you know.
Man, something I found, like it came to like physical bullying, because actually the gift of gab, that's what would get somebody to want to whoop my ass more than anything.
Yeah.
I could talk real good,
Yeah.
you know. But as far as physical, something I figured out was half the fight is not being scared to fight. Like most bullies are just going to pick at you, and as soon as you're like, all right, man, let's go. You're not going to whoop my ass harder than my dad has, or than my grandpa. You know what I mean? So let's do it.
Yeah.
If you're not scared to do it, that's half.
That's
the
a good
battle.
point.
That was the other thing that I did do too, which is play crazy.
Yeah.
If someone was bigger than me, I would just play crazy. I would go the opposite of what I should do.
Brother, that's my strategy right now. In life.
Yeah.
Like 100%, dude.
Yeah.
I got a crackhead neighbor I got to watch out for.
Yeah.
And I just make him think I am. He probably thinks I'm on crack.
Yeah.
Because I act wild when I see
Yeah.
him out. Like,
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, he
that's
walks
my
around
number
his
one
yard
strategy.
with flamethrowers
Yeah,
and
there-
stuff, man, you know?
No shit. That guy sees me weed eating with a huge torch.
There were these two giant dudes that went to school with me, and one of them was in my grade, and the other was 2 grades up. So I was a sophomore, he was a senior, and both of them ended up being police officers. But they were just brick houses of men. You know, one of them was just a little taller than me. The other was like 6'4", though.
Yeah.
And he was like one of the biggest guys in school. And so me and his brother had gotten into it, and so. You know, me and his brother jaw jacking or whatever, and he comes over to jump in, and the only thing I could think to say is, "Oh, you want to take his place, bitch? You want to go? That's what you want? You want to go right now?" And he just, again, same thing. He looked at me and goes, "Man, you're crazy. Leave my brother alone." And he walked away.
That's right.
You know, because you just act crazy.
Right.
Like,
I don't know if I want to.
this guy, I don't want to, you know.
He's a few fries short of a head.
Yeah, dude. Mike Tyson. That's one of the greatest Mike Tyson quotes of all time. If you tell you love me. You haven't seen that press conference?
Old press conference. Where,
Is that the one where he says, "I want to eat your kids" or
Yeah,
something?
he said, I'll eat your children.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mike was definitely that was exactly
dude was crazy.
That's exactly the mentality you're doing though. Is I got to get in your head.
Right.
You know, it's like a peacock or something. You're gonna I got to do it now. You know, I got to get in your head right now.
Yep.
Make you believe I'm the best looking bird on the block.
Right.
And that's what you do, you know. Now, but yeah, just talk to your kids about that stuff because it. I'm glad you look. If you're talking to her, that's 90% of it.
Right.
You know, don't let them suffer silently
I ever
Well, look,
talk
like-
to my parents about bullying
because it's
Like,
because
know what I mean?
you feel weak, especially as a guy admitting that.
Right.
You feel so weak already.
100%.
You know, because we're supposed to be tough, right? I mean, you're not, but you're supposed to be
Right.
tough.
I mean, that's what, honestly, bullying and all that and just school in general is what led to me dropping out. But
Yeah.
also, like, I don't regret that. I still feel like I went about it in a smart way. I went and started working. You know, I had
Yeah.
a job lined up. I still went and got my GED.
No, you
know,
did.
so I but it also wasn't until that point that I did that. And then I realized, like, dude, there's a whole nother world
Yeah,
in
right.
life
None
outside
of
of
that
those
matters.
4 walls
No,
that
no.
were called a
Bro,
school.
as soon as-
And, like,
as-
fuck this place.
No.
This is a whole new direction.
This is truth, and I know that you cannot convince a 14-year-old of this, though.
No.
As soon as you get out of the doors of that school,
Life
changes.
absolutely.
It's nothing like that.
No.
Now, some workplaces can be somewhat
Yeah.
high schoolish, but nothing will ever be like that was again.
Right.
Right.
You're going to get out in the world, and I'm going to tell you what, give it 10 years, you'll find all those guys that were bullying you are lard asses.
Dude, I was
Right.
about to say
they're
one of the most
failures.
Work as the janitor at the
Yeah,
school,
yeah.
you know,
It's one of the most gratifying things. I feel like I wasn't maybe even 20 years old, like barely out of high school, and I already realized, like, oh yeah, like we get out here in real life, you guys don't do so
You
much.
ain't
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You don't know how to do that.
No,
Like,
you can't even you can't deal with human beings.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
go even
Because you
one
can't
further.
bully everybody
Exactly.
else. You know?
Like,
It's funny because actually my high school, they sent me an invite even though I didn't graduate from high school, but they know me. They're having their like 20-year reunion coming up
Right.
here soon or something, and so they sent me an invite and I had to respectfully decline. I was like, I can't make it. Would love to, because I would love to see everybody and catch up with them, but
Yeah.
I've got this event that I'm announcing for. That's what I do, and I can't make it. And it was on a Facebook post. Anyways. one of the people from there ended up messaging me and being like, "Hey, man, I saw you were an announcer, and I kind of checked out some of your stuff. Could you do like a cameo video for my friend or whatever?" Mm-hmm. Now they just are thinking, oh, hey, cool, it's Rich. I'm sitting here going, yeah, you used to be one of those ones that with me. So I messaged him back. I said, yeah, man, I can do that. It's gonna be $50 for you, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, you should have.
And he paid it, but I mean, hey, I was happy. Whatever.
You know what? I went back and it was similar because when I went back for the 10-year. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm right on this. Hold on. Now it may have been 20 even, but it was one of those reunions. I went back and I was fully angry, Patrick. I was co-hosting.
Right.
You're
the dude.
You're the dude. That guy. And everybody. All these people. That were assholes.
Right.
We couldn't wait to run a. Remember? Yeah, bitch, I do remember.
I do.
Yeah,
I remember really well.
Yeah, you didn't even want to talk to me. Yeah,
Right.
I remember that.
But okay, is it not? Because I've experienced this a lot as an adult. Is it not one of the most gratifying things to have somebody like that come up to you like that, and you say, "Okay, well, here's my moment. I could be a dick back to
Oh,
him right
yeah,
now," and
and
then you
choose
just
not to.
completely don't. You say,
Oh,
"Hey,
yeah.
man, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I hope you've been well."
No,
that's
exactly
one of the
right.
most empowering things.
Oh,
you can-
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
have happen. Like,
It is more powerful to not do it than
Right.
to do
100%.
it. I say that in my head. I never once said a negative word to a single
Well, look,
person.
Exactly.
and in all honesty, that's just more good karma for you. It'll help
right.
propel you even further because this is a lesson I learned a long time ago in life and just in general is that, the same people you see, it's the same people you see going up are the same people you'll see coming back down.
That's right.
And even if you're the one climbing that mountain and seeing it, eventually you're going to be the person that's coming back down.
And honestly, I haven't ran into one of those guys or people from school that I didn't generally feel bad for.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
that's
yeah.
You know what? I would have bullied me too. You look pretty sad and depressed. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine.
I see why I was your only entertainment that you had in life.
No, man, a lot of, I know several of them that went on to, unfortunately, drugs, prison, it has to be, more gratifying for girls in a weird way to look at because, in high school, it's all about that figure, that body, right? And a few years later, you have a kid or two and life happens, right? And things change.
Right.
And to be able to go on Facebook and go, bitch, I'm the fat ass now.
You look like a lunch lady.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It does change. Look, the ones, sometimes the hot ones aren't as hot later in life.
Right.
And the ones who were sleepers are bang.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How did that happen right there,
Dude, I always love that for those girls too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see
yeah.
that are
Yeah,
just
the swan
dimes now
transformation.
that never got any
Yes.
attention in school. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
and look,
get it.
Tasha's probably one of those people.
Yeah,
Tasha's
No,
probably
she
one
said
of those
earlier.
people right
She said
there.
earlier the same people that bullied her are the same ones that hit on her now. She
Yeah,
gets to tell
absolutely.
them to,
I'm
kick
sure.
rocks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yep,
kick
that's how it goes.
Yeah, get to the curb, bitch.
Yep.
No, you should have been there when it mattered.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's how I'm sure they felt about me later. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's so hot now." I know. I'm kidding.
But like in that
that was
sense,
never what happened.
but in that sense though, there was people like, "Oh shit, he's the radio
Well,
DJ,
yeah, it
most
was
popular
that.
station."
It was
They're
that.
like, man, I should have been nicer to that kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add on to this, and this has already happened. But Tactical had said, he said, if anybody picks on any of us now, tell him Tactical Turkey guards this nest.
That's right.
And I was gonna say, it's
all
funny
those
though that he
firearms.
says that because there was a while ago, and this was a work that somebody had commented on my Facebook and was talking some trash about me announcing. It was between
Really?
me and this other guy. And
I
because they were
remember that
coming,
cat.
they were
I
coming
remember
on to
that
a
cat.
promotion that I already worked at
Oh.
to be like a commentator, and they were kind of fighting for the announcer spot.
Yeah.
And so they started talking some trash on my Facebook, and I had responded back. And then next thing I know, dude, like I think you messaged me, like Tactical hit me up. Everybody my phone was blowing up for like 15 minutes straight.
this
Who
just-
the hell is this
I know, I
dude?
did.
Is this fun
Yeah, I know, you
internet
called me
banner?
up, yeah.
Or do
Yeah.
we need to whoop this guy?
Yeah, dude, there was people like, give me this guy's address. I'll show up at his house right now, 12 deep, man. Let's go. And,
Yeah, no, I mean that's when it's a tribe for the tribeless.
Right, man, absolutely.
I mean we look out for each other here. That's what we do.
And I was, yeah.
But it is a cool
But it is.
feeling.
That's exactly what I was saying. Is it was cool to know, like, had this been
An
a
actual
real
person.
issue, like, dude, I wouldn't have to worry about a damn thing.
right.
I could have,
No, and that's the great thing to know is that people around you are looking out, going, "Hey, wait a minute, you're not going to
Right?
do that."
This guy's
You know?
getting a little lippy over here
Right.
on Facebook, dude.
Well, it sounds like the work crew is here now. I hear everything firing up. So,
see
is there
Carrie out
anything
there.
we need to promote before we go, guys?
Vapors, Arkansas this Saturday. Yep, Benton, Arkansas, Moose Lodge.
At the
Come
Moose
check
Lodge.
it out. Yep,
Okay.
Yep, it's all ages, and you're going to be able to have a drink there because it's
That's
the Moose
awesome.
Lodge.
yeah.
So
That'll be great.
alcohol and wrestling, come check
Yeah.
it out.
That's cool. That's cool. If you need any electrical work, hit me up. I've started this new company with a partner. We're offering heat and air, insulation, plumbing. We're getting all that off the ground, but if we can get you on schedule, you need something done, hit us up. It's Summit Service Co. on Facebook. That's the only means we've got to get a hold of us right now. Bundy Electric, you can just hit me up, 501-358-2762.
All right, and you guys know what time it is. You know that I help people sell houses, I help people buy houses, and I do a lot of it, and I want to help you. So it is a great time to buy a house. Don't think it's not. By the way, I've got to apologize. Listen, we shared Akeem Kemp's album. I'm gonna call Akeem here in a minute. I talked to him a couple days ago, and he's like, "Well, would it be better to come in Thursday or Friday?" I was like, "Oh, Friday would be better if your show's Saturday." I'm an asshole. Okay, because I forgot we were going to be off tomorrow for the holiday. I forgot. All right, so Akeem, I owe you. We'll make it up to you, whatever we need to do. Meanwhile, go over to our Facebook page and just go play or share Akeem's album. It's a EP of blues songs. It's 5 songs. They're really great. It's a great album. He's an up-and-comer from Arkansas, and he really deserves the attention. We will have him in. I promise you that, without a doubt. So otherwise...
Jay, get with me about what weekend you want the tickets to.
Yeah. And then you three need to coordinate on when this day of pain is happening for Jay, you, and you.
All right.
All right.
good.
All right. We'll see you next time, y'all.
Later, everybody.
Late.